regardless of what defense you run, your pass coverage is going to dictate how your run fits will align and which defenders are going to be responsible for which gaps. And so in this case, Kentucky is lined up in using a cover three or a three deep type coverage, so you don't want to put this corner or that safety back there in any type of primary run support. Their job on the run will be simply to cap the top of the alleys or cap the top of the run after it's gone north and south. They cannot be primary force or spill players. So what we're going to do is notice that we're going to have 8 different gaps that we're going to have to cover. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then one on the outside. That's eight gaps that are being presented here because of the compressed nature of the X and the Y, or X and the Z receivers on the outside. So that means that one of our players is going to have to be responsible for 2 gaps. And in this case, I think most of the time Kentucky uses the Mike linebacker as their 2-gap player. So on run strong, he's going to have A gap strong and B gap weak. So that means he's going to cover here. Strong take on that fullback on a type of ISO play, and then backside on the B. And the defensive end out here in this 5 technique, he's going to be responsible for this C gap here, and our nose guard, nose tackle, he'll be A gap there. And our Will linebacker, he's going to use a spin down technique and fill on this outside, trying to make sure there's as little space as possible between this pinching defensive end and the outside. So if we run this forward, what we'll see. So now we get we're going to run weak. So we get a down block here. Notice the Will linebacker reading that down block immediately. He's coming down to fill to get to the outside. Here's Mike coming here to fill the B. Our outside force is here on that side. Corner staying high. Run only. Here's our defensive end coming to try to spill the play. That 4-3 is basically a spill defense. Again, we've got our Will linebacker coming to the outside, spinning down a little bit. And then here's your Mike filling in for that B spot there. Now notice that we pulling guard here is able to cut our force player. So now this running back has been able to get under that edge without ever having to be forced back inside or causing to bounce it or bubble to give the Mike linebacker time to catch him from the inside out. And again, here's your Mike making a run on him. Wasn't able to get there, and that's simply because that's a lot of area to cover in a short time, and if the spill player or the force player doesn't cause him to either stutter step, bounce, do something other than get on the edge, then he's not going to be able to make that play from the inside out. His job is, if he was to cut back, then he would have been right there on him. But primarily the biggest breakdown would come with our spin down player here, the Will. Notice again he's going to spin down and protect the edge. If you watch what happens to him, he's spinning down right here. He gets pretty well destructed by the compressed receiver, and allows that running back to get out on the edge and get a very large gain. So again, it's defense is all about 4-3 is about spilling it and then chasing from the inside out. Now notice again here, now they're in a bunch formation. Our Mike is, again, got the dual responsibility here and there. And then the safety is stemming down late. It's going to be this gap side there. But in this case, the defensive line was able to do a nice job of covering the inside gaps. Now here's the one more look again from a bunch look. What bugs me about this is that we didn't bump anybody out. You've got 3 out here and basically 1 here to try to cover this, what's going to turn out basically just a perimeter run. It's just all it really is. We're going to bubble him out and make the easy pass to him. So